Are you listening? Damn. Yeah. Yeah.
Another episode of Trash Talk here. TJ O'Connor sitting down with Damian Hill, and we're joined tonight by Reese Hernandez, one of the best professionals in the state at 185, 205 pounds, with a big fight coming up on May 18th for Driller Promotions in Detroit Lakes. How you feeling tonight, Reese?
Yeah, I feel pretty good, man. Just got done with the gym and put my kids to bed, and waited to figure out my Skype, and here we are.
Definitely appreciating you getting to download that.
Yeah, that's just what I was gonna say. Thank you for working with us and being able to get on Skype. And any other fighters that I plan to reach out to in the future, download it right now. We won't have issues in the future.
Yeah, but talking about you here, Reese, how about a little background for the fans that don't know? Where are you training from? What team are you with?
Man, I just train out at Thief River. I train with Stomp Factory. It's just me and some guys, and we just we just get in there and we just try to get work. It doesn't matter what day it is. We're just trying to get work, and if a couple of boxers come in the gym, then we're boxing. If a couple of wrestlers come in the gym, we're wrestling. So we just try to get work as much as we can.
Dude, you sound super humble. Basically just brushing it off is that I'm just trying to get some work in. I'm just doing it. Dude, you're on a 10-fight win streak. You've been dominating your last fights. What? Oh my God. That's a whole nother type of mentality for a guy to just be like, I'm just getting some work in.
No, when you say like dominating my fights, I honestly think of it as you see guys like Bellator, you see like a lot of highlights and stuff, and these guys are doing 360 fucking, 1080 fucking kicks with a fucking punch at the end. And, they're getting highlights and stuff. It's just like, I'm not highlighting that many people. But like, no, I've highlighted some people, and like, that's what I look to do. I look to highlight people, and, I would definitely love to highlight Bernie,
Yeah. And that's what's great about a Reese Hernandez fight is fans know exactly what they can expect from start to finish. You're in people's face, throwing big shots, a lot of knockouts. Damian mentioned you haven't had a loss since 2011. You mentioned that you got a smaller gym, but there's a lot of tough guys. I mean, even the amateurs. I know we got a couple of amateurs ranked in the Trash Talk rankings from your gym as well. What kind of work do you feel like you're getting with those guys, and how's that able to help you to improve, year over year, fight over fight?
I don't know. I guess, cause like, I guess technically, I kind of train some of these guys, and, I teach them this punch or that punch. And, eventually they start to pick up on what I'm putting down, and, they start to get pretty good, and they know what I'm about, they know what I'm coming at them with. And, I fight a certain style and I train a certain style. So I feel like they kind of, nullify it, so it doesn't make it, they don't make it easy for me. It's not like I ain't got no secret sauce or anything like that. It's just, I do one thing and that's fight.
You were mentioning that your teammates don't make it easy for you. Honestly, if you go out there and perform how I think you're going to perform and you get an easy victory, would you be looking to hop on that LFA card later on in the same month? I mean, I know it's a long shot to probably be able to get on the card and everything, just because it's such short notice, but I mean, you're a guy that's more than deserving of to be brought up to that next level and to be having televised fights on national television with LFA, like with the performance of the night type of a fight for the Driller card. Do you think that sets you up for that in the future?
Yeah. I mean, I don't see why it doesn't, as far as where I'm at, I still got to work 40 hours a week. I still got to, put in the time training. I mean, I can't just be like, I got this big win or I got a quick win or anything like that. And it might work like that for some people, but like I got children, I got bills and I got responsibilities and stuff. So like I can't just be like, oh, I'm going to drop everything and fight on this big stage, because I've done that before and I've come up short. I've won, and I had to take 2 years out of my career, due to injury and stuff like that. So I mean, I'm game for whatever. It's just really just I don't know. It's a feeling out process. Just like the first round of a fight. You just feel it out, and you just do what comes natural. I don't know what to tell you.
Well, I just want to say you're a guy who only has 3 losses, and you're on a 10-fight win streak right now. If anybody's more deserving of a long-term contract from the state of Minnesota, it's you. You should be fighting on the LFA cards every time they come here, and even when they travel to other states. I mean, Bobby Lee is one of those guys that I think is going to make it to the next level, and you're right behind him. Like, I mean, not saying that in a disrespectful manner. I mean that in the most respect, that he's next to make it to the big stage, and you're right after him.
Yeah, sure. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. Pretty much, I'll just, I'll just go fight. As long as, I guess you could say the timing. The timing's right. I just spent like the last 7 months of my life, coaching my kid and other kids wrestling. It's like. So that takes a lot of time and a lot of effort. So my training kind of suffers when you do that. But like I'm on the mats all the time. So I don't know. Eventually, I'm gonna have to start sacrificing more again.
It's hard to.
If I want to be there, I'm gonna have to start sacrificing again. I'm gonna have to. I don't know, maybe work 30 hours a week. That'd be nice. Work 30 hours a week. It doesn't even feel like work.
It's hard to balance, but if there's anybody that's deserving, like if you started trying to balance and you had to make compromises in your life, you're the guy. It's going to pay off. I promise you, dude, and I believe that. I believe that from the bottom of my heart.
Wow,
I know TJ's about to say something. I'm sorry. I keep going on and on. Sorry.
No, I just wanted to bring it back to why we're here tonight. Obviously, talking about this fight coming up here on May 18th. It's actually a rematch of a fight. I think it was about 6 years ago now that ended in a draw.
5, 6, something like that. Ended in a draw. We fought at the Shields Arena, and definitely a tough fight. He's veteran status, big. Like, I don't know. Some people would be like, oh, Reese, you're a big guy. But, as soon as I start standing next to these 205-pounders, they're just like, you're not that big, or I even see it, I'm just not that big. So, but, he's a big guy. He's very, savvy fighter. He's got a lot of experience. And we fought to a draw, and it was a good fight. I think the fans were like into it the whole time. And it sucks coming up on a draw. We both got loser money that night.
Yeah. And like you said, it always sucks coming up on a draw. But those are the fights that you tend to remember when they tend to be that close. Going into this one, I know you mentioned you've been doing a lot of coaching with your son's wrestling team. That's something I've been following. That's great to see. That kid is a monster.
Dude.
What are you thinking is going to be the difference in this fight that allows you to pull away with a win?
Well, I mean, I would think it would be like my fight IQ. I mean, I've when I first fought him, I kind of knew what to expect, but then, he kind of come at me a little differently. I mean, he's a smart fighter. He did what he needed to do to win.
Yep.
And this time I know what I need to do to win. So that's what I'm going to do.
Yeah. Do you? Okay. I don't like getting guys to talk too much about their game plan, but going into this fight, do you think that you're a better version of what you were the last time you fought him, or do you believe that you're a more evolved fighter all around in general? I mean, that's a tough question to answer, but I want to. I'm curious for myself, dude. I'm a fan of yours, so I'm like that's a fan question.
I don't know. I believe I'm a smarter fighter. You know, I've been through I've been through tough fights even since then. You know,
Yeah.
I've had some heartbreaks. I've had some good victories, and I've done a lot of training. But I believe I'm a better fighter.
Yeah.
It's just that's just about it. Like, but we're both getting old. you know, we both aged. We both have aged 5 years since we fought. So we'll just see like how much maybe he's a smart fighter. I seen it the first time we fought. So we'll just see like how he applies that in our second fight. It's gonna be a good one. And
yeah,
I ain't gonna lie, like I'm not stupid. I'm not fucking crazy. I'm a little crazy, but I'm not that crazy. Like I'm a little nervous too, because I'm fucking smart enough to know that this ain't no fucking walk in the park.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
it'll be a good one. It'll be fun. It'll be fun. Like when it's all said and done, and it's like, maybe we'll get 3 rounds out of it. Maybe I'll clip him early.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Buy your tickets and find out.
Yeah.
Buy your tickets to find out. Yeah, there you
go. But talking back on the fight, buy your tickets May 18th at the Kent Freeman Arena in Detroit Lakes. Main event, Reese Hernandez. Reese, Damian kind of touched on this a little bit, but you were at that point. You had your fight in the RFA, and you performed well beyond what everybody even imagined after the fight when we found out what you were going through physically during that fight. You've only fought twice since then. This is another big win, like you said, against an experienced opponent. What does this win do for your career at this point, and emphasizing that you're the number one guy in the state?
Oh, I don't know. I don't even know if I'm number one. I haven't even looked at the rank.
Yeah,
you are. Looked at it's, but
you're number one.
I don't know what it really does for my career. I mean, it's a tough fight. I mean, not to like be or talk down on BJ, but BJ's been beat since. So like, I mean, what does it do for my career if like I lose a decision? What does it do for my career if I starch him in the second? So we don't know what it's going to do for my career. I don't really look that far ahead. You know what I mean? I just kind of, I mean, it's a fight game. Anything can happen. We just kind of go from fight to fight. I think I lost myself in that question.
Well, dude, I have no, your answer was great. All I was going to, like, I just kept like the touching my head, the way you think about it and the way you put it was perfect. It was perfect. If the people that know will understand. If you don't understand, you probably won't ever. I got exactly what you were trying to say.
I'm sure BJ will see this interview, and like I got a lot of respect for BJ, and I think BJ, maybe he's got some respect for me. I think he does. I think like I said, like I'm nervous about the fight. That's just because like I know we've went 15 minutes before and there was no clear winner, So maybe he thinks the same way. But I got a lot of respect for BJ, and I think it'll be a good fight, I just got to come out nasty, and that's what he's in. I mean, he gave me a black eye the last time we fought, man.
Yeah, you weren't a fan of that, probably.
Bad. No, man. So he's a good fighter. He's a real good fighter.
I'm sorry, TJ. It looks like you're sitting on the edge of your seat. You want to say something?
No, I was just going to say how excited I am for this fight. I really do respect your mindset coming into this fight. I mean, it's deserving of the main event status here. And like I said, I'm really looking forward to see how this one plays out. See the evolution of Reese Hernandez and see what's next for you. Like I said, I'm really looking forward to it.
Yeah. And thank you for taking the time and sitting down with us, man.
Yeah.
Thank you guys, man. Thanks.
Any teammates or sponsors you want to give a shout out to before we wrap it up here tonight?
We got a shout out to Jeremy Bjornberg. You know it. Anyways, Nick Olson and Robbie King. Those are a couple of real good guys in my gym.
Yep.
Then we got Dan Christensen, we got John Ivanishin. So I mean, those are just guys. I mean, like I get guys that come in like every Tuesday. I get guys that come in, every Wednesday, sometimes on a Friday. So like I just get a lot of different guys, and I appreciate all those guys that come in and like do the work, and they don't always like to get hit or get their neck stretched and stuff like that. So I appreciate that stuff because like I need that work too.
Yeah.
So appreciate my training partners.
Yeah, it definitely comes in handy. Like you said, no one likes getting punched in the head or beat up by the number one guy, but it only makes you better. So we'll give a big shout out to all your teammates and training partners for sure. Reese, again, thank you for all your time here tonight. Sorry to cut you off there. What do you want to say?
I said, and my girl Carmen. I better throw that out there. Carmen Bauer. Yeah.
Just got to give a shout out to them.
Yeah.
No, it's a good thing you got that in there.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're going to edit this and make it look like you said her first.
Yeah.
Damn.